Okay, so I'm back for a second season of Brobst Survivor, and this is already freaking me out. It was 2 o'clock today, and I could not contain my excitement when I received the YouTube video and received my character assignment. I am very happy to get Indiana Jones because I feel like he's a more middle of the road kind of guy as opposed to some of these like more crazy characters like Darth Vader's kind of crazy, Miyagi's kind of crazy, Jaws is freaking nuts. So um, I'm happy to get like a more middle of the road kind of guy because that's kind of what I played Dave as last time. So I can kind of do the same thing except I'm going to be changing things up a little bit. So first thing I'm going to really talk about is the format of the season so far. This is a lot different than Amazon, where I had like 16 people and I only had to talk to seven other people on the first day. So it was it was pretty easy to keep tabs on everyone and actually get a good idea of where everyone was standing with me um, on the first day. But then he switched things up. But okay, but talking about this game, there's 19 people I have to keep track of, which is actually insane. It's giving me anxiety trying to like keep tabs on everyone, and I don't know. I think this is actually a good thing for me though because it's gonna force me to be more off like or less controlling. Because last game I was really controlling and that pissed a lot of people off. Uh, so I got to like take a step back a little bit. I can still find and connect with people pretty well. I feel like I feel like I've already made a couple good connections already. Um, but we're gonna see how I do things later on. So I'm probably gonna get right into first impressions on everyone. First, I'm gonna start with the first person I talked today was Inigo Montoya. um, so I thought he was a nice guy, a really neat man, um, because he was the first person to come talk to me, which gives me the idea that I think he's a good player, but also he was pretty genuine in his first couple of conversations, and I think in the future we'll probably be on the same page a lot of the time. Of course, I don't know how the format of this season goes, but we'll figure it out. I thought he was a pretty charming guy, and he was also been talking to Vader and Clubber, who I also feel pretty good about. Next, Vader. Um, I actually have been noticing a little bit of a few um, speech kind of things with Vader. Reminds me of either Jessica Leese or Kurt Clark, who were both people I worked with last game. Um, Vader has been talking to me kind of in the same way. I would like to work with Vader on based on the first impression, but I also knowing Jessica Leese and knowing Kurt Clark, I don't know if he's too good of a player if I want to take him too far. But we'll see. We'll see. Like everything is just first impressions right now. Vader has also talked to me about how uh, he was talking to Clubber and Indigo Montoya. Um, so that's good sign right now. Yeah. Next, Clubber. He's still got the character wall, which is interesting, but also very enthusiastic and nice. I think he's a good guy, and I'd actually like I'm getting good vibes from Clubber as well. But we'll have to see as things go on. Um, I think one of the people that I have the best first impression with is actually Naven. Um, we've had back and forth, and I've actually told him that he's on my better list as opposed to good list because right now, we only have good impressions as opposed to like negative impressions on anyone. Maybe not everyone, but most people just good impressions all around, but better with Naven in my opinion. Um, he doesn't have a character wall. He didn't have a character wall when he came to me first, and he's upfront. I don't think he's gonna bullshit me at all. And he's a pretty laid back guy. So I'm hoping to actually work on some stuff with him. we'll see how things go. But the next person I feel pretty good about is Mr. Miyagi. So he's an interesting character actually because he's going full Miyagi. Like his entire character is acting like Mr. Miyagi, but he's still able to use that to his advantage because it makes him look more endearing, and he has he has these like holes in his character where he's saying certain things to you, and they feel genuine when he says them. So it's really interesting. Um, he's a smart guy. He's a wise person, and he's also expressed interest in me. So who knows? I might work with him. Again, right now I'm just laying out the people that, or if right now I'm laying out the people that I think I have a good idea on. Uh, we don't know how the tribes are going to end up. Uh, they could be 4 tribes. They could be switching up every round. You never know. So but it's going to be good for me to keep in contact with these people, especially these people I mentioned, because um, PMs are going to be open all the time. So that's going to be awesome. All right. All right. Next is Luke Skywalker. And we've had a pretty in-depth convo as far as introductions go because there are 20 people. He seems like a nice guy. The thing that does scare me a little bit is he has this little bit of sass. It's not towards me, but it is this kind of sass that I've noticed. Like in my last game, I was going to get screwed over by Trevor, who was also playing Daniel. Daniel was this really nice guy that I really opened up to later on. I took him for granted early, but if learning the stuff that I did last time, I'm not just going to throw my trust into these people's hands just because they seem like a nice person. I'm kind of picking up on that little bit of sass because I know my personality doesn't deal well with well, after watching Trevor's confessionals, like they didn't deal my personality didn't deal well with his, so he kind of targeted me. So I don't want that to happen, and I'm weary of that this time. So that's Luke. And so I haven't really had a good read on Marty McFly yet. He's we've had one back and forth. That's about it. I'll have to take a rain check on giving a good analysis on Marty. He seems like a nice person though. So far, Superman is he seems like a good guy, but and he has no character wall in a sense. He's not hiding behind any characters. So something tells me that he's a first time player. I may be able to use that to my advantage. Not that I know how to use a first time player, but I'm going to definitely try to keep in touch with him a bit more. Maybe lead him in the right direction to going with me. So far, Jack Sparrow is really funny. He's making a lot of rum jokes, but that's all I'm getting. So it's all character right now with him, and there's no holes like there is with Mr. Miyagi. It's all character right now, and that kind of scares me a little bit because I'm not going to be able to get a good read on him. Yeah, so far he's not on the top of my list of people that I may want to work with. I did have some good back and forth with Rocky Balboa. He does seem like a genuine guy, and I don't think he has a character wall. Hoping to learn a lot or have a bit more conversation with him in the future and learn a bit more about him tomorrow. I think Hannibal Lecter is a really smart guy. He's giving me good vibes right now, but I know that he's going to be a threat later on, so I got to watch out for him. Next, Dr. Evil. I did have one back and forth with him, so he's kind of in the same boat as Marty McFly. I'm not going to understand really where he's coming from until I really get to know him too well. And then after that, we have Sensei. Sensei is interesting. He's a charming guy, more like who can I compare it to? He's kind of like Superman in a way, except he seems more experienced. I feel like he's done this before. We'll have to see where things go with him. Michael Myers seems like a first time player. The only thing that's making me skeptical is that he does actually write a lot. He wrote a lot to me like earlier today. Um, but like I wrote a lot last season. That was my first time playing. So I do think that he's a first time player. Um, so he'll be interesting to watch and follow. I'm going to try and keep in touch with him a lot because I do think that he'll be um, not easy to manipulate, but maybe I can manipulate him a little bit. I think the person that I have the worst impression on is probably Freddy Krueger. Um, I sent him one message. It was actually like it was a good introduction message, but I got a one line pun character ass thing response. You know, that shit doesn't go with me. I'm not going to get a good idea of who you are based on that one liner. You know, and then I sent him something back and in a sort of serious note, and he just kind of like shrugged it off. I'm not getting a good feeling on this guy. Like this may be someone that I want to target early on because if I start talking poorly about him, then you know I may get catch some heat from him like I did last season with Roger. We'll see. We'll see. Uh, Pretty much I haven't really talked to or past that I haven't really talked that in depth with anyone else. So I'm not going to go over them. Like Jaws hasn't logged in yet. Ghostface just logged in. I haven't talked with Bastion. Um, I'm probably missing a few other people, but whatever. Right now, those are the people that I think gave me the biggest impressions. Next, I think I'm going to talk about my strategy for this game. It's really not going to be that different from my last game where I played as Dave. I'm going to try to establish a lot of relationships early on. Maybe later on I can leverage those relationships. The thing where I went wrong last time with Dave was I got too cocky and I became a control freak. Don't want to do that this time around because I don't want to end up looking like a fool. The thing that I'm not sure yet to change with my game from last time is, do I keep my challenge prowess to myself or do I go ahead and let it show? Um, Part of me says you just do it because if you win immunity, you won't be going home. And I want to win immunity and I want to stay safe. But if I get put into a scenario like last time where I lose one challenge that's like a meme challenge and I can't like I'm not gonna come up with a good meme on the fly or anything. I don't know. Um, then you know I like that they'll have to vote me out because I'm good at challenges. You know. Uh, but then again, there are probably going to be other people in this cast that are good at challenges, like Trevor was, but he hit it last time. We're gonna see. Um, I'll probably let it show during the team challenges, and then depending on how my place in the game during the merge, I'll um, I'll make a decision then. So other than that, I'm not really sure if I should if I have a concrete um, strategy other than making friends and leveraging those friendships. I'm not going to be the one to try to put an alliance together, but I was last time. We'll see how everything goes. This game is all about adaptation and adapting to the circumstances in front of you. This is a very interesting, weird setup for a game. So I think I'm just going to have to adapt as the thing goes along, and we'll see how everything goes. All right. And that is my first day confessional. See you guys tomorrow.